Hello, my name is Sergio Alvarado, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I have learned throughout the course of English in today's global society with the tutor Robert Spencer Antoine. It was definitely a really interesting unit, and there's a lot to talk about, so I'll try to go over everything as best to my ability. Um, I feel that English in today's global society course has helped me understand how to better approach English in my classroom because it has given me a better understanding of how English plays a role around the world. And essentially, however English is being used around the world in other countries is going to also affect how we use English in our country, here in Mexico. So an example can be, for instance, there's a lot of business happening right now, and that business is being done through the use of English. So many non-English speaking countries have had to adapt to that and are having their employees go through the professional development phase where they have to learn and acquire English. So right now there's a lot of demand for business English or English in general, but it's more oriented towards the idea that they want to learn English because they're doing business with countries where they have to use English as the main form of communication. So it's definitely very interesting, and I think that's what we saw in Unit 1, where we talked about the globalization of the language and lots of technology, the new resources, and essentially if you think about what's happening around the world, most of that communication is done through English. So it's definitely a global language. Many countries around the world have adapted English as the lingua franca, I believe, something like that. That's what we call it. And it used to be French, like the global language, but now it's English. It has been for some time. And it's super interesting, and there's so much more I could tell you about the globalization, the technology, the new science that is being developed. Everything happens around English. All these papers are published in English. So, for instance, if you want to learn more, you're probably going to have to learn English because a lot of resources and material is in the English language. And we also learned about the history of English and how the Celts, the Romans, the Germanic tribes, the Norman, and essentially at the end there was like the Renaissance mixing era. But all of these people and civilizations influenced the evolution of English and contributed to the development of it through giving specific words, the culture around the language. So it's definitely very interesting. Even nowadays, if you travel to places like Great Britain, you can find many places named using like old Celtic words. So it's pretty interesting. What else can I tell you? So my perspective of English has changed in the idea that it's a lot more global than we thought. It's not just United States and United Kingdom or Australia. It's really everywhere, and understanding how English is being used in those countries is also going to help us better see and understand what English is and is becoming and will be. So it's definitely very interesting. How has my teaching been impacted? Well, now I feel that I'm able to better understand what I'm doing in the classroom, and I think it has helped me get like a better visual of what I want to do in the class in terms of like the objective that I want my students to reach. It has also helped me has helped me learn about the the importance of the history of English and how it's necessary for students to also learn that. So I'm over the 5 minutes, but let's see. You know, in other words, there's so much to talk about the course. You know, we also saw how English in Mexico and the role that it plays here in the country. You know, um, I think that it's mostly being used as the main second language, and in most schools and in the institutions around the country have adapted English as the main second language to study. So in most schools in the educational system in Mexico, you study English as a subject. So it's definitely very important. You know, companies are requiring their employees to learn English because of how global it is and necessary. And I think in the last unit we saw like the future perspectives. What's the future gonna be for English? And like we had to make like a prediction and sort of like a way to prepare for that. And my prediction was essentially that, you know, I think the world is ruled essentially by business, and in order to do that business, like I have been mentioning a lot, is we need to learn and know English. So that all of that business is done through the English language. So my prediction is that English is going to be even more popular because of the demand in the professional workplace area for English. And it's not just going to be like conversational or general English. Now it's going to be like, okay, I already know English, but now I need to learn how to, you know, speak it. I want to focus more on the business side area. So that was for like unit 7, I believe, the last one. And you know, it's just so, there's so much to talk about, but I hope this was a good summary, you know, and thank you for watching.